Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so now that you've created an app, you should have an app somewhere in your application panel here. So let's go ahead and click on that. So we're going to click on that, and all of these links here will manipulate some of the code in some way. So like I said before, we're going to go ahead and we're going to manipulate the code here, and it's going to compile it into Xcode, and you're going to be able to release an app from there. So the first thing that we need to do is upload this app icon. So if we look at this here, when we click on this, we're going to go and upload an icon. And in Xcode, you're not just programming, but you're also it's also packaging the images associated with your app as well. So let's go over all of these right here. So the app icon's pretty simple. You upload an app icon, and that will be the app icon. The core properties is a tab that has all of the name, the application, the project name, etc. Those are a whole bunch of technical details within this core properties tab. The layout and tabs is the visual layout of the way your app is going to work. Global themes is a part of the app where you get to select how your app looks across the entire app. So let's say you wanted a menu bar to be red across the entire app. That's where you would do that. Screens and actions is where you add in individual screens to your layout. So the layout will, let's say, put up a menu, but the screens will select what kind of screens there is specifically. So if you want, let's say, you read an Excel document, you want to read an HTML document, etc. Those are the screens. Now, if your app requires logins, the logins and users is where you would put that information. Files and media is where you can upload files and media to the app. All right, and like I said, when you package an Xcode project, it's not just the code, it's also all the media involved in it as well. And this can be like a Word document, Excel document, it could be videos, it could be pictures, it could be music, it could be whatever you want. Now the configuration data, it's probably best you stay clear of that. That is the back end, and if you click on that, you'll see all the code. Just don't touch it. You don't need to do that. Now this publishing changes here. What ends up happening a lot with Apple is that they update their software very quickly, and a lot of times what will happen is that they'll update Xcode, and what has worked a week before no longer works, right? So when you're building something in Xcode, you have to literally build or compile it to see if there's no errors in it. And from different version to version in Xcode, that will change. And so the problem with this is another problem with Apple developers, is that you can be literally working on something and you can test build it a week before, and you say, next week I'm going to submit my app to the App Store, and there's an update and it won't work. So there are publishing changes, and it happens all the time. So if there is a publishing change, it should be noted in here, and you can go ahead and take a look at that if you want. The app usage map, when you release your app to the App Store, you can see where people are using it. So let's say you have a whole bunch of people using your app in the UK, then maybe you can go to the UK and meet all your fans that have seen your app. It's actually quite a cool feature. Now, the next one here is you can download the source code, and what that means is that you'll download an Xcode project. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that pretty soon here. Now, you're probably looking at this next bit here, and I have this delete app while you do not have this delete app, and that's because I'm one step above. And if you're using the free version, you can't delete apps, but what you can do is you can repurpose the app. So if you're using this tutorial series as a template, you can go ahead and delete everything out of it at the end of it, and you still get to use the app. You just can't physically delete that. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.